What's up, you guys? Today I'm going to be doing a video about how to change an air filter on your motorcycle. Pretty simple. Just have to take out the tank and put the filter in. This one's relatively small, depending on the type of bike you have. It's usually going to go underneath the tank here, or sometimes you might have some kind of side filter. Some of them have even like a cone filter that you can add onto the side. But let's get started. Okay, so first things first, I have to make sure that I take the seat off of my bike. Okay, and then we're going to see that there are these two bolts right here. So we're going to take off those two bolts. And then also there's usually kind of like a hook that actually keeps the tank in place right over here. So you want to make sure that when you take off the tank that it actually lifts off and up a little bit. Then we're going to go over some of the tubes that you need to make sure are being disconnected. Okay, so on the Kawasaki, this is a EX650 or on a Kawasaki ER6N, you're going to have this little piece right here. So there's a screw right here, and then as long as you take off the screw, and this piece is going to be able to just pop right off. Take a little bit of strength, but you just have a few of these little snap-in pieces for the rubber grommets here. Now we can get to the bolts, and this will come off freely. These bolts are a size 10 with a ratchet, so grab your 10 bit. Once you get them untightened, they should come off relatively easy. So you have to make sure to get them all the way off. Then the tank should be pretty well free to open up. If you have a carbureted motorcycle, which most people won't these days, but if you have a carbureted bike, you need to make sure that your fuel release valve, so a lot of them have just like a switch up, kind of to the right or down. One of them is off. You want to make sure that that is put to off. So right now I'm going to show you a few different ways that you can actually take off the tank on this Kawasaki, and it's going to be different for every bike, but you need to make sure that you're not going to like pour fuel all over the place. I know mine is pretty well situated that it actually stays shut when you have it, when you're trying to release it. So if we look at the tank right here, here's where the two bolts were. I can just lift this guy up, and you're going to see that there is a little electric connector right here, as well as the actual fuel connection right there. If you actually want to take off the entire tank, you just have to release that little red snap right there, and then the fuel the fuel connection will be severed. And then just take out this electric wire. What I'm going to show you is a little bit of a trickier way to do this, so you don't take off a bunch of wires and whatnot. So like I said, when you get this, just lift up the back and then pull this out, and this will lift up. The trick is that if you turn your bike the right way, you can put the tank, onto your handlebar, and then you don't have to release any of those wires. It's a little bit of a tricky way. Now we're going to look at where the filter goes. The filter actually goes right here on this bike. So you can see there's actually just one screw right there, so you just need to disconnect that one screw and then pop in the new filter. just took out the screw. Then there's going to be this little kind of air valve. You can just pop that right off. That'll come right off of there. It goes over the top of the filter. Then we have the filter. Just pop this bad boy out. And if yours looks anywhere near as bad as mine does, definitely needs to be replaced. So get rid of that guy, put in the new one. Okay, so I don't know if anybody else had the same problem as me, but the aftermarket filter is actually a little bit bigger than the OEM one. So I had to really kind of smash it in. So it took me about 10 minutes to really get that filter in there. So just make sure that it fits properly. I actually kind of put a little bit of oil around the edges of it so that it would kind of slide in there a little bit easier, and not a lot or anything, just a little bit on the edges. But now I'm finally getting this in here. Just make sure those are all connected and pretty much in there. So just gonna take the tank, move the wire back in, make sure all the wires are sitting in there properly. Making sure we get this guy in the proper section. It should be good to go. Put all our pieces back on. Everything. And then make sure this is all lined up properly. Okay, let's give her a shot here. And I know you guys probably won't be able to tell, but I can tell a little bit. It actually sounds like the air is sucking in a little bit quicker now. I can hear that kind of, which you should be able to hear on most cars or motorcycles once you put in the aftermarket intake. So there you have it. Pretty simple, easy. Just bought the Bike Master instead of the K&N for my bike. It's relatively the same materials and it was a lot cheaper. I'm sure you can get them online. I just bought it from the shop out here. But good luck and see you around.